Hello everybody, my name is Brittany and I work here at Pinnacle Chiropractic in Bradenton, Florida. And today I'm coming to you to talk about ADHD. Parents, if your child is struggling with ADHD, you are definitely not alone. In fact, well over 6 million kids in the United States are diagnosed with ADHD, meaning that 10% of our pediatric population is diagnosed with ADHD, which is just crazy. Especially when you consider the millions more struggling with hyperactivity, impulsivity, and focus issues, but they're not even diagnosed yet. Diving a little deeper, 60% of those kids diagnosed are now taking class 2 narcotic drugs known as stimulants, which come with such nasty side effects and a potential for addiction. Which is wild. Side effects that you might see right now or could not possibly see until, way later in the future. ADHD is a serious and real condition, but drugs are not the only answer or the only option you have. So this video is for parents who absolutely want drug-free and natural solutions for their child struggling with ADHD. So they can either get them off of these nasty stimulant medications or possibly prevent them from going on them in the first place and being dependent on them. And for those parents who do not want to change their child and their ADHD personality, but they want to help them to turn it into a superpower, this video is for you. So tag your friends below if you know of anybody that's like a mom who has a child that's struggling with this. Tag them below, send us a message. If you don't live near our area, we can also help you find a doctor in your area that can help you with this. So keep watching. I've got some great information for you coming. So what are we going to learn about? Well, we're going to dive deep into the science and neurology behind ADHD, what the real root causes are, and provide practical tips and strategies for parents to help their children overcome ADHD without drugs and truly reach their full potential. I'm going to share a little bit of a story now about my own son. He's now 14, but I started seeing signs and symptoms of ADHD. I didn't realize it at the time that that's what it was, but starting when he was super young, about a year old, when he first started to walk, he didn't ever walk. He ran. We would put him down and he would just take off no matter where we were. So it's kind of scary in parking lots. He didn't want to just like hang out and play with kids his age. He just wanted to be running all of the time. When he got a little bit older, we had issues with sleep. We had issues with discipline. Things that a normal child, when disciplined, would be sad or cry or feel remorse, he would laugh. It's funny now, it wasn't funny then, of course. When he got a little bit older, it started getting like in trouble at school, not being able to sit still, in kindergarten and focus and trying to get other kids' attention. And then got a little bit older than that, and it was constant meltdowns. It was failing grades. It was the schools constantly calling me for meetings with the teachers, meetings with the principals, and it just felt so defeating, to the point like I was crying all the time. I didn't know what to do with him. It got to where it was just difficult to live with him, difficult for his siblings to live with him. By the grace of God, when he was 10 years old, I found Pinnacle actually through a Facebook moms group. I was no stranger to chiropractic care myself and had my children in chiropractic care on and off throughout their life, but I didn't really know yet the connection between chiropractic care and the nervous system and about it regulating the nervous system. And so when he was 10, I was like, okay, this is it. Like, I've got to put him on medication. I've got to do something. I took him to a psychologist, and that didn't really go very well. And so I took to Facebook, to a mom's group, like, help, what do I do? And I had several moms recommend this chiropractor in town. We were very new to the area, and I was just like, okay, I know about chiropractic, but for ADHD, like, I had never heard of that before. So I called the office and got to speak to somebody here, and long story short, my son ended up on an IPC here, which is an intensive care program for kiddos and whatever struggle they're going through. And so we were here in the office 3 days a week for about 4 months, and oh my word, from the very first adjustment that he had, we could just tell a world of difference, and it completely changed his life. It changed our life. He's now 14, so he's been coming here for 4 years, and just that maintenance. He doesn't come 3 days a week anymore, but he comes once a week, and that maintenance of care. And if he skips a week, we can tell. So anyway, it's just been incredible for him and for our family. So let's keep talking about how chiropractic care can help your child with ADHD. So, with over 6 million kids diagnosed with ADHD in the United States and almost 4 million of them taking stimulant medications, we're clearly facing a crisis of overstressed and out of balance kiddos that we've never quite seen before. Traditional medicine continues to blame genetics and chemical imbalances for ADHD and other neurological disorders, but there's a lot more to the science and story of ADHD than just those two factors. Something I didn't know when I first started care here was that children with ADHD, those signs and symptoms can start, like for my son, it was like at a year old when I really started seeing it. What I didn't realize is that all of this was like connected to my pregnancy and his birth and his first few years of life that really set his nervous system up to be in a constant state of fight or flight. So we like to talk about here in the office the gas pedal and the brake pedal. And so his nervous system was constantly stuck on that gas pedal, just go, 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 go. We call these kids raging bulls, and they don't know how, their nervous system doesn't know how to use that gas pedal to slow them down when it's needed. So they're just stuck on this brake pedal. They're just stuck on this gas pedal. And so ADHD goes beyond, blaming genetics and blaming chemical imbalances. And I truly did have, like, when I looked back on it and looked back at my son, my pregnancy with him and his delivery, it made so much sense because there was a lot of crazy times during that time and a lot of trauma during that time. And it just like, this light kind of went off for me, like, oh, that makes so much sense. Like, I had no idea it could be tied to way back then. So the number one thing we find in children struggling with ADHD is that they have an overstressed and out of balance brain and central nervous system, where that sympathetic fight or flight system is stuck in overdrive. And the parasympathetic, the brake pedal system is shut down, not working properly. So when the sympathetic gas pedal is stuck on and firing too easily and too often, it leads to the classic symptoms of ADHD. So impulsiveness, hyperactivity, troubles focusing, behavioral problems, difficulty sleeping, and so on and so forth. The imbalance in the central nervous system then creates the chemical imbalance of neurotransmitters, which do just as the word says, transmits messages to the central nervous system. Therefore, to get your child back to a state of balance, regulation, and focus, you've got to first get the central nervous system calmed down and balanced out. Balancing and regulating the brain and nervous system is exactly what neurologically focused chiropractic care does. It's working to get to the root cause of a child's health challenges, not merely just treating the symptoms. So the first step in finding out if your child has an imbalanced nervous system and a gas pedal that is stuck on is to give us a call and get a set of neurological stress scans called the Insight scans. You can learn more about neurologically focused approach and insight scanning technology by reading articles on our PX Docs website, www.pxdocs.com. So first, please ask any questions that you have. Leave a comment below. Send us a DM. Second, please share this video with other parents, family, Facebook groups who need this. And however we can help you, we're here to do it. Again, as I said, if you're not in our area, send us a message, give us a call, and we can help you find a neurologically based chiropractor in your area and start helping that kiddo of yours with ADHD today. My son still has ADHD. He's still that raging bull, but we need those raging bulls. Those are the people who are go-getters. They get things done. They're the ones that change the world, really. And so they can really use this for the better. They can use this as a superpower. They just need to be able to regulate that gas pedal, brake pedal. So help them use their ADHD as a superpower and not as just something that's going to be a detriment to them their whole life. So give us a call today. You guys have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.